I'm Chef Boria, and today we are making the ultimate comfort food. That's right, I am talking about mac and cheese, something that maybe your grandmother used to make. But I'm going to make it way better than what your grandmother ever made. There are only three things that need to go in mac and cheese. You got a roux, you got a milk, and you got a cheese. Everything else is just for flavor, but those are the three things that you need for successful mac and cheese. We are going to be making a goat Gouda mac and cheese. I got this idea from Symon, the Iron Chef on Food Network. He's got an awesome restaurant in Detroit called Roast with the coolest happy hour. And if you ever go there, you're going to see that he's got this mac and cheese that's just insane. So I bought one of his cookbooks and I made the recipe. And you know what? It is not the same. It's not the same. But I tried it, and I think I'm onto them, and so we're going to go ahead and we're going to make it right. Goat Gouda, mac and cheese, coming at you. And if you're too scared to try the goat cheese, you could substitute it for any other cheese. This is the blanket recipe for mac and cheese. It works every time. You need to get yourself some cheese. And we are going with goat Gouda. Yep, goat Gouda. Don't be like, oh, it's weird, it's goat. No, it's good. You're gonna like this. Need some noodles, and we are going with cavatappi. These are my favorite noodles for mac and cheese. They're like elbows, but with so many more. They hold that cheese real good in there. Just delicious. We're gonna top it off with some panko breadcrumbs. In a saucepan, the first thing we are going to do is make a roux. You're going to need equal parts of butter and flour. Melt that stuff together. You can see that the flour is now worked into the butter. I've got a nice golden color. And at this point, I can go ahead and add my milk. Your milk. Mix your milk into the roux. I've got mine on about a medium-high heat. And once this begins to come to a boil, I'm going to add my cheese. I'm going to add in a teaspoon of white ground pepper, a tablespoon of garlic powder, and a tablespoon of rosemary. Give it a stir, and now it's time to add our cheese. Along with my Gouda goat cheese, I'm also going to add regular goat cheese. That's just going to kind of up the creaminess, but I definitely made it with just goat Gouda, and it's totally fine. And again, remember, if you're afraid of the goat cheese for whatever reason, you can use whatever cheddar or lame cheese you'd like to use. Stir it in. Reduce your heat to a medium-low while the cheese melts. Make sure that you don't start seeing any oil. As soon as it's melted in, it's going to thicken and it's ready. Get your noodles going. Get them in the pot, toss in a little bit of salt. Almost done. If your mac and cheese is too thick, add a little more milk. And if it's too thin, you can mix a little bit of milk with a little bit of flour and add it in. Do not add the flour in directly, it'll be a nightmare. Finally, we're going to put in a pinch of sugar and about a tablespoon of salt. Stir it in, and then it's going to be time to toss it with the noodles. Time to add some of my noodles to the sauce. Make sure you do it slowly, because you don't want dry mac and cheese. Dominic is really trying to get the mac and cheese, but he's been barricaded out. Now this is creamy and delicious. You could stop here, but I'm going to take it up another notch and bake it with panko breadcrumbs. Grease a baking dish. Add your noodles to your baking dish. Drink of the evening is a little Menage a Trois wine. This is California Red. I think it's a table wine. Price point is all right, and it's pretty delicious. Add your panko. Kick your panko up a notch by adding garlic powder, onion powder, even some melted butter or Parmesan. Into the oven. It's at 400, and I'm gonna check it probably about every 5 minutes. Now it's ready. Wow, look at that. That looks delicious. Let's plate it up. Time to take a bite. Oh. It's really good. Enjoy.